welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me this morning for this yoga practice. My name is Bernadette, and today I wanted to offer a morning yoga practice that with a focus on backbending. So they're a great way to get us up and going in the morning and to get our bodies ready for the day. So let's go ahead and begin on our backs. And you can just have your knees bent and your feet planted. And close your eyes and relax. If you're still very tired, maybe don't close your eyes. You can even just keep them soft. If you feel like you won't fall right back to sleep, then you can have your eyes closed. Yogi's choice there. So relax your body down and relax your face, relax your eyes. And begin with just a few full breaths in and long breaths out. Noticing how even just as soon as you start paying attention to your breathing, it changes a little bit. So maybe it becomes fuller, a little deeper. Feeling on inhale, your chest expands sort of outward and upward in every direction. And then on exhales, beginning to just gently engage your belly muscles in towards your spine. It's like a gentle hug in of the abdomen on exhale. On inhale, feel the chest expand, feel the belly relax. And on exhale, gentle hugging in of the belly. Let's do one more breath like that together. So full breath in. And long breath out. Okay. So we'll begin with just gently warming up our low backs. So pick your feet up off the ground, bring your hands to your knees. This is Apanasana, knees to chest pose. So have your feet kind of hanging, dangling if you will, and hands are to the tops of your knees, shoulders are relaxed on the ground, and the arms are straight, so our knees are about above the hips. So inhale here fully in place. And then as you exhale, start to draw your belly muscles in as you bend your elbows and draw the knees gently towards you. And then as you inhale, drop the knees away from you, arm's length. Exhale, engaging the belly muscles in, bending the elbows as you draw the knees towards you. Inhale, drop the knees away from you, arm's length. Exhale, let's do 4 more. Belly draws in as you bend the elbows, draw the knees in. Inhale, knees drop away from you, arm's length. And 3 more. Exhale, belly draws in. Knees towards you. Feel the back gently stretching. Inhale, the knees drop away from you. Last 2. Exhale, draw the knees towards you. Feel your low back gently pressing towards the ground. Feel a gentle stretch for your low back. Inhale, let the knees relax away from you. Make sure you keep those feet just hanging. And then last one, exhale, elbows bend as you draw the knees in towards you. And then as you inhale, drop the knees away from you, arm's length. And then go ahead and 1 foot at a time, bring your feet back to the ground. And let's rest our arms down by our sides. We'll take a breath here. And then we'll do some bridge pose. So what we're gonna do is sweep our arms up and back overhead as we lift our hips. So on your next inhale, press down into your feet, raise your hips, and raise your arms up and overhead. And try to get everything linked up within the pace of your breathing. So the breathing is your guide, and all of your movements happen within there. As you exhale, start to engage your belly muscles in, slowly lower your hips back down, and slowly lower your arms. Inhale, press down into the feet, raise the hips, raise the arms up and overhead. Feel a stretch for your belly, feel a stretch for the front of the hips. As you exhale, slowly roll down, lowering your arms, lowering your hips. We're gonna do 2 more, but we're gonna add a 1 breath stay in the posture. So as you inhale, this is our bridge pose, Dvipada Pitam. As you inhale, take your arms up and overhead as you raise your hips. reaching back with your hands. Stay here to exhale, but make sure that your hips don't dip down too much. We want to keep those hips raised if you can. So draw the belly in, but keep trying to press your hips up. And then as you inhale, even more, see if you can press down into your feet, lift your hips, draw your chest towards your chin, reach back with your hands, and then exhale, slowly roll down. Top of the back, mid-back, low back, and then hips as you lower your arms as well. And then we'll do that one more time. So on your next inhale, press down into your feet, raise your hips, raise your arms. Feel a stretch for the front, feel your backside working a little bit. Exhale, stay in place as you draw your belly in and breathe out fully. And then as you inhale, keep lifting your hips and reach your arms back any amount more. So feel any amount more stretch there for the front side and the back of the neck. And then as you exhale, slowly roll down. And then pause there and relax. Relax your shoulders, relax your face. Notice how you feel. Sometimes even just after a tiny bit of movement, we can already start to feel a little bit more energy circulating, a little bit more vibrancy in our muscles or even in our energy. So when you're ready, pick your feet up off the ground, hug your knees in towards you, give yourself a big squeeze, and then we're going to gently roll to one side and meet up in tabletop position. So come to hands and knees. You want to stack your joints so that your knees are beneath your hips and the wrists are beneath your shoulders. And we're going to do Chakravakasana here. We'll just do 4 rounds to keep mobilizing our spine and our joints and stretch our low backs. So as you inhale, drop back on the hands and lift your chest and draw your shoulders back. And as you exhale, engage your belly muscles in, start to bend your elbows, shift your hips back towards your heels, drop your forehead down, and stretch your back. 3 more like that. So inhaling, pull back on the hands as you lift the front of the chest forward and up. You can lift your chin just the tiniest bit at the end of inhale. And then as you exhale, engage your belly muscles in, bend your elbows, shift your hips back towards your heels, and go back to that child's pose. And then we'll do 2 more. So inhale, come on up. If you can lift the front of the chest here, you might get a nice little stretch for the belly. As you exhale, rounding just into the low back as you shift your hips back towards your heels. Feel a gentle stretch for your back. And then one more time, inhale. Drawing back on the hands, lift your chest. Gentle stretch for the front, and then as you exhale, gentle stretch for the back. Taking your time moving through these. Pause here and relax. And then when you're ready, let's please rock forward and come onto our bellies. So, come onto your belly and let's have the hands to the ground, kind of by our mid-ribs. And your elbows can just be pinned up and in by your sides. Bring your forehead to the ground. We're going to do Ardha Shalabhasana, the half locust pose. So this one is a great way to build some strength and stability for our low back and our hips, and just set us up for a really good day with a strong low back. So bring your forehead to the ground. And on your next inhale here, make sure you don't push with your hands as you lift your chest. Make sure that if anything, we're kind of tractioning with them. So we're just pulling back on them. So on this next inhale, we're going to lift our chest and we're going to lift our left leg straight up and off the ground. And again, make sure that you're not pressing with these hands. We want to feel our back muscles working. As you exhale, turn your head to the right as you lower your leg and lower your chest to the ground. Inhale, pull back on your hands, lift your right leg this time as you lift your chest. Feel your back working. Exhale, lower down, turn your head to the left. Inhale, pulling back on the hands, lift your left leg and lift your head, chest, and shoulders. Keep your chin down just a little bit so that we're not arching the neck. So just like a couple, a foot or so forward on the mat. Exhale, lower down and turn your head right. Inhale, take your right leg up and off the ground, just straight on up. See if you can get your thigh on the ground as you lift your chest. And exhale, turn your head left. And we'll do 2 more breaths of this. So inhale, lift your left leg, lift your chest, come up through center. Pause there and squeeze a little bit, feel your back working. Exhale, lower down and turn your head right. One more time on the right side. Inhale, pull back on the hands. Lift the chest, lift the right leg. And then exhale, relax down, turn your head left. So you can pause here for a breath or 2, and if it feels better to relax your arms by your sides, you can. Let your back relax. Notice if it feels like it did a little bit of work. And while we're here, actually, let's take a full breath in, and you can kind of let your belly expand and let your belly press towards the floor on inhale, and see how that relaxes and kind of spreads out your back after it just did some work. All right, so then when you're ready, let's use our hands and knees to help press us up. We're gonna do a couple rounds of Vajrasana to stretch our backs, and then we're gonna bring it into a fun little flow for this morning. So knees are a couple inches apart, about hips width apart. Arms are down by your sides. We'll start just with stretching our backs, and then I'll bring us into a flow. So as you inhale, slowly sweep your arms out to the sides and up and reach long overhead. As you exhale, engage your belly muscles in. That helps keep you stable on the way down. And then lower your chest towards your thighs as you sweep your hands behind your back and bring your forehead down. So we're kind of coming back to that child's pose-like position. Inhale, lift from the front of the chest, sweep your arms out to the sides and up. Come back up to standing on the knees and reach. And then as you exhale, belly draws in as you bend forward and lower yourself down. Feel a gentle stretch for your back. That should feel nice after your back did some work. Inhale, sweep the arms, lift your chest off your thighs, come all the way to standing on the knees and stretch. Exhale, engage your belly muscles in as you bend forward and lower down, stretch your back. We're gonna do 1 more like that. So inhale, sweep the arms out to the sides and up, come all the way to standing on the knees, pause there and reach. And then as you exhale, engage your belly muscles in as you bend forward, bringing your chest to your thighs, your hips to your heels, and your forehead down. Okay, we're gonna bring it into a little flow section, so bear with me here. So on this next inhale, come back up to standing on your knees, sweep your arms out to the sides and up. Listen carefully. As you exhale, we're gonna bend forward and down, so sweep the arms forward and down. Coming to classic child's pose with your elbows to the ground and your forehead down. Now as you inhale, we're gonna walk our hands forward a couple inches and rock our body forward so we can come to a nice, gentle up dog here. So you can leave the knees down, press down with the hands, lift the chest and squeeze the shoulders back. Feel a nice big stretch for the front side. As you exhale, engage your belly muscles in, shift your hips back towards your heels. Inhale, sweep your arms forward and up, come all the way back to standing on the knees. We'll do that a couple more times. Exhale, belly draws in as you bend forward and down. Take it slow. As you inhale, rock your body forward, walk your hands forward a tiny bit. Come to your gentle up dog. Pause here and stretch a moment before you exhale. So lift your chest, squeeze your shoulders back. Make sure that the top of the head is lifting up so that the shoulders are down away from the ears. As you exhale, engage your belly muscles in, shift back towards that child's pose, rest your back. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up, come all the way back to standing on the knees and reach. As you exhale, engage your belly muscles in, bend forward and down. Bring your forehead to the ground if you can. Inhale, rock all the way forward, dropping the hips down and lifting your chest. Pause here and stretch. Keep pressing down into your hands, lifting the front of the chest, squeezing the shoulders back. It's like good morning to your body. Exhale, belly draws in as we shift back towards the heels. And we'll do one more time like that. So inhale, sweep the arms forward and up. Come all the way to standing on your knees. Exhale, belly draws in as you bend forward and down. Inhale, gentle up dog, rock yourself forward, lift your chest, lower your hips, shoulders squeeze back, pause there and stretch. Lift, lift, lift the front of the chest. And then as you exhale, shift yourself back to child's pose. So pausing here. Let's finish up with a couple rounds of Chakravarkasana to make sure that our low back is kind of back in neutral. Once we finish up, so as you inhale, just lift yourself up here through tabletop position. And then as you exhale, engage your belly muscles in, round into your low back. Bend your elbows, shift your hips back towards your heels. And depending on how your low back feels this morning, you might not even come all the way back towards your heels. You might hover your hips a little bit if that feels like a good place to stop. Inhale, let's do 3 more. Lift your chest, draw back on the hands, draw the shoulders back. As you exhale, engage your belly muscles and shift your hips back towards your heels. 2 more times. Inhale, lift your chest. Use your breathing. Make sure your breathing is always guiding your movement. Exhale, shift back towards your heels. And last one, inhale, lifting the chest, come on up. And then exhale, belly draws in, shift your hips back towards your heels. Rest here for a couple of breaths. You can even rest your arms down by your sides if that feels nice for your shoulders. Stay for one more breath. And then when you're ready, use your hands to sit yourself up. We'll just finish up here. So come back to a seated position, relax your shoulders down, and just tune in with your body and notice how your body feels. Notice how you feel and your energy and your mood. Hopefully what you're sensing is a little bit of circulating life energy, a little bit of your muscles and your joints being a little bit more awake or feeling more vibrant. Thank you so much for taking the time for some self-care with me this morning. I honor you. I wish you the best day. And I'd love to keep in touch. So if you want to find me, you can hit up my website at bernadettesolar.com. I teach all kinds of online classes. I'm also a yoga therapist, so I have online yoga therapy and programs. So please keep in touch. Again, it's bernadettesolar.com. Thank you for joining me for this practice. Have an amazing day.